Hey everybody, this is Crazy with Crazy Gaming. We're here on Hostile Mars. There is a new demo out. We have been playing the playtest in previous versions. This is called Alpha Demo. We were people who had helped him with the playtest has received keys for this. So there's been some new additions, things changed, polished, and things added to the game. So we're here to check it out today and see how things are coming along on the development side. Now it's wanting us to build a bridge across here. So we're going to hit tab, build panel. We've now built the bridge across this opening. Excuse me. Put them down here and then we're going to jump down. There's our base. That looks pretty much the same as it did before. Scrap pile here. Scrap computer. Now that's new. That was not in the game before in the playtest. At least I'm fairly sure. I don't remember it. Also, the metal rods and poles were very rare and hard to find, and looks like they're more available now. They're even in chests, which is nice because the poles were a major part of simple recipe that required them, and finding them used to be really difficult. Matter of fact, I think I only came across 8 or 10 of them in the whole game last time during the playtest. Alright, so this wants us to access the home base, so we're going to come over here, open the console. Now that clicked and said you have a new mission, which is restore power to the home base. Find nearby energy cells to power up home base. Alright, so we're going to go try to find some energy cells. It's got a marker for me over there, which is going to be around this here. There's another scrap pile. There's that. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is the way I would be going along on this game, because I'm familiar and I know what's happening, and I would have done things a little differently in the order I'm doing, but I'm trying to follow the protocol of the game. Look at that, more rods, more poles. Got one out of there, and I got another computer out of there. Scrap computer, which they said, I believe, is a new item. Okay, so we got plenty of the power cells now. Here's another scrap pile. Take that. Never pass up one of these. Let's see what we got in here. More scrap. Of that. I'm gonna go ahead and loot this stuff over here, which will in turn attract a couple of bots who are gonna want to try to kill us. Only they're very weak, and that's not gonna happen. We're gonna go outside here and meet them before they get here. Maybe. Oh, there they are. Where's the other one at? There he is. Alright. Head back to the base. We'll fire up the power. Did we collect the stuff out of this box back here? I don't remember. There we go. So here comes the first wave robots. We will prepare ourselves for that. Okay, so we finished the first wave. Let's pick up all the stuff. We seem to do okay. Did I miss anything? We'll see what's at this place here. What's it telling us to do? Open the tech tree by clicking the tech tree button in the home base console UI. I think that's all there is here. Yep. Locate the craft bench. Most items can be constructed manually at the craft bench. Oof. So let's go to the craft bench. Furnace requires scrap segments and energy cells. Harvest a nearby scrap pile to collect scraps. Let it make this one, and then we'll pull this off because it's going to try to make two. Two of them. Put this thing down. Did we take it? Oh, it did make two of them. Rats. Well, that's a scrap one, I guess. Let's put this right here. Let's put these in here. Max. Alright, so let's go get the scrap pile that they're talking about. I believe there's one up here, maybe. Oh, nice. Those will come in handy. Let's see if we can find another scrap pile. There it is. That should accomplish this mission it's given us, hopefully. Yep, there we go. Crafted the scrap blast furnace at the scrap bench. We've already done that. Now, I don't know if we're going to get credit for it or not. Probably going to have to make another one, which means we'll have 3. Now, you used to be attacked in here whenever you came in here to loot this stuff, but it doesn't seem to be happening now, so that must have changed. I remember there was some... We have some dolomite, magnesium here, which we used to have to cross the whole, half of the entire map to get to where this ore was. Let's see if we can get this up here as well. Also down in the lower left part of my screen, you'll see the home base health bar, which is yellow, which is nice. That's new. And now we can keep track of the health of our base when we're not near it, because there tends to be robots that want to attack it when we are off doing other things. So that gives us a head up that it's under attack so that we can return quickly and protect it. Okay, so don't believe it's going to give us credit for the ones that we made. But let's see if we set it down, if it will give us credit for it. No. H. Let's take these over to the recycler and see if we can get something back that will allow us to even put them in there. Oh, it is. Alright. Good. Now we'll go back over to the crafting station and remake one of these. Ooh, I don't know if we have any of these. Yes, we do. We have just barely enough. Alright, so if we hold shift down, it'll only bring 1, I think. And then we will bring these here. And we'll put insert. Good. Now we only have 1 instead of 2. Okay, so that changed that. What's the next thing it wants us to do, which is really hard to read? Put the black furnace in your inventory to open and the placement tool. Alright, so click the furnace, and then we will set it there. Harvest material. Harvest nearby rock nodes to collect materials to help build your base. Okay, so it wants us to go over here and harvest this. Access the materials processor. You can use the recycler Attach to home base to salvage parts from enemy drops like wires and scrap segments. Access the recycler. So just want us to access this, not really do anything with it. And we'll access this as well, even though we already have. Explore the environment. Kill a legacy bot, legacy bots. Okay, so it's not telling us to build anything around our base yet. I'm not cool with, so we're gonna run over here. And we are gonna mine some rock. This is a huge node, a huge ore node for the Martian rock. And we are gonna mine it until we can get us enough ore to build some sort of protection around our base so that when we're out looking for this legacy bot, they're not going to be attacking our base. Now you can beat on this thing for 30 minutes straight, and it's just not unlimited, I don't think, but it's enough that you probably wouldn't want to spend the time it took to completely take it all up. But I can pull 3, 4, 5, 600 ore out of here, no problem. It doesn't even make a dent. So there's one here, and there's another one just to my left and back farther. So there's two of these right next to each other. And this normally attracts a robot, so I'm expecting one to show up here pretty soon. All that good. Up, it's under attack. The other one disappeared. There's two here. It's made a very slight dent into our thing. They don't have much power, so they can't do much damage. But they can do damage. That's the point. Alright, so what we need to do is open this up. We need to put all this in here. We need to push max. Let it do its thing. In the meantime, let's store a bunch of stuff. Now this says we can pick it up. H to pick up, but it's not letting me pick it up. I can't move that. We'll have to stay where it is. We are going to salvage some of these items. Put this up here. Put this in here for now. We're going to salvage this. We're going to salvage this. We're going to salvage that. Put the rods in here. We're going to save the springs as well right now because those fit into some of the recipes, the things that we need to build. They use some of these items, but for the most part they're salvaged. This we want to save. Save this. This is ammunition for the scrap turrets. Okay. We can run over here. These guns are going to give us a ton of iron. Iron scrap. These things really pay off, so collect as many as you can. Watch how fast it fills this up. As you can see, the resources from the gun parts is just phenomenal. I'm almost at 400 iron scrap already. And we hit 500. That just shows you how they really kick out. So we get 706 just from that one collection. Let's put the computer in. Now it gave us a number of items, which is real nice. These are important. These are important in recipes. We always want these. And scrap supercapacitors. And a scrap supercapacitor can be found in scrap pots and scrap huts. And the thing is that I'm not sure what these are used for because I don't remember them in the game. I thought they were items you use to recycle, but we will just keep them for now because I don't want to throw something away that I might regret. Store them in here. We will also store these two items down here, along with these lenses. We will need them when we go to make stuff. Alright, let's open this up. Let's fill this thing up with 500. Max. Take the scraps that we already got. Let's build some walls on this thing. Oh, silly me. We gotta turn that scrap into walls. It's not automatic. And we can't do that yet. To do that, we need to go to the tech tree and we need to research these. Which in turn is going to give us the opportunity to do this. That takes 6 of those, so we'll have to wait till the next wave. Do that. But now we can build the walls. So we want to do max. Now let's try max. And for those of you who are not familiar with the game yet, and this video can help you understand how to do these simple tasks in the beginning. Take those. Let's look and see how many we have in here ready to go. Another 25, we'll take those. Bring them over here. Hit F. Click on the wall. We will slide these over into the empty slot. We will hit max. And get some more walls. It's going to take more than 13, let me tell you. Now we have 25 walls. We'll allow this to build up some more. While we're waiting for that to happen, we'll go ahead and lay down a couple walls. Hitting the Q opens up the wall building. Hitting E makes floors. Not really trying to make floors right now. We're just trying to build up a perimeter to give us some protection. It won't allow us to build a wall here, so we're going to switch to floors so we can bypass that by building around it. The reason we can't build is it won't let you build within a certain radius of the base machine. Like there. Now you don't need the floor to build another wall, but I figure you're gonna build in here, might as well have a nice floor. It won't even let me put a floor down there. Back here. Run back to this side. Okay, so we're out. But we've gotten pretty far around. Let's see. We're out on these now. 31, nice. We'll take those. Come over here. Let's make some more walls. Drag these back in here. Max. While it's doing that, let's do another wave so we can get us some more materials so we can upgrade. Alright, so let's pick all this stuff up. Back up here, because when they come down that ledge, stuff seems to get stuck in that little groove right there. Looks like we've got all of it. How many did we get? We got 5 now. We're short. So let's pick up our walls. Go over here and see what we got in here now. 27. There's 30, we'll take those. Come over here. Let's put these in here. And hit max. Oh, we're running out of materials. I'm getting shot at by something. Alright. Let's finish putting this down. Make it more difficult for them to attack us. Okay, so the reason I built ceiling up here and it's a double wall is so that it gives us a little more protection when the bigger one's down here firing at the front of the base. But with that being said, F deck tree. I want to do one of these, but before I do that, I want to do the double jump. Oh, I'm one short. Next, I'm going to get these because we need to be able to make ammo for ourselves. There is the scrap. The shredded scrap for ammunition for these when we make them, the laser turrets. Okay, so let's close this. I need to kill another blue one to be able to get there. I've got double jump now, so as you can see, I couldn't get up on this roof before, but now I can. Oops, wait, didn't I get the double jump? What happened here? Oh, I didn't because I didn't get the, I need another blue bot still. We'll get that right now. We'll just run up top. 2 will spawn. That's a recurring thing. Anytime you enter this top area, this top plateau area, they automatically spawn. And they'll do it over and over again. There they are. It's always the same amount too. Guess maybe it's 4 now. I don't remember if these are the 2 respawning. I love how they bounce around like that. Makes it very difficult to get them. I like to get close to them because it's easier to hit them. Okay, so now we have 4 added to the 9 we already had down there. Should afford us to get the double jump now. And we'll get back in by picking up one of the walls. And then we'll hit Q and put it back up. It's that simple. Now let's come over here and see if we can get the double jump. And there we have it. Anyway, so we will be doing next storage locker. Now we didn't have that in the playtest either, and that's really important because one of the big problems we had in the playtest was we ended up with too much stuff in our inventory and we didn't have any place to put it. So we had to use things like the recycler and things for storage. So yeah, that's big. We'll be able to store more stuff. Energy storage is something we will do to reach the laser turret. We have to complete this to get to this side of the tree. And then we will also be doing the research for this so that we can get down to here, which is the traps. We want to make the traps. The traps come in handy, and then plus we need to get down here so we can make these bases. Paragon Bot Manual 1, Paragon Bot Makeshift Projectile Turret 1. So these things, you know, are important. You know, the projectile turrets, which I can set as many as I want up around the perimeter here. So if anything shows up here, they will automatically kill it. And that's kind of like the plan for now. Alright, so now we should have the double jump. And this is the difference. And you can see it's huge. So we don't need a door on this. We can jump over the walls anytime we want. It's really nice. Let's see what's going on over here. That's right, we need some rock, so let's go mining. And we'll head back to our favorite mining spot. I hear those little... It is. I see guys at our base, so we'll have to leave from here. That's... We have two lots over here, the floating ones, but like I said, they're not that strong. Well, that one disappeared. This one's not going to disappear. Yeah, I don't know about the despawning thing of these spots, but as you can see, our bars are still fully intact. They couldn't get into the base. We'll go back over here and we will mine some more. Now see, every time I hear that little twinkling noise, I think it's them attacking the base or something attacking the base, but I don't see anything right now unless he's around back. And maybe it's nothing to do with them. Maybe it's the mining. Oh, I see two of them now. Let's go get them. And the second one has disappeared. I have no idea where he went. They seem to come from this direction. So I don't know what that's about. That's fine. How much do we have? 215. We'll stick with that for right now. All I know is they can't get inside the base, and that's a good thing. Alright. Let's go back here. Put this here. Before we start, let's see how many we got over here. 79. We'll take them. Bullets takes the energy cells from these. So we want to make some of those. Let's get our energy cells out. We have 45. 6 actually. Put some of this. This is the storage box. It's back here. Let's move this down here. This over here. This as well. These down here. Alright, let's put this stuff here in here. Let's hit max. Let it do its thing. Alright, so let's see if we can make some bullets real quick. So it's making 50 in a pop, I guess. Do we have 146. Alright, so that's good for now. Let's take those. So now we have 896, which is a decent amount now. Now let's go back to the scrap panels. Let's put these over here. Put the rock in here. Let's hit max. So that make walls. Alright. Excuse me. How fast it's making them now. It's pumping them out pretty quick. Right, so we have the double wall here. Let's put up a double wall here. Before we do that, let's put the ceilings on it. There we go. And we'll hit Q. Now I'm not going to put any floors on these. I'm just going to put the ceilings and the walls. Okay, so we're double all the way around here. Right. Three walls there. That'll work. So it's looking good so far. We got a bunch of bullets. Let's kill stuff. with wave 3. Where the heck did he go? Oh, there he is. Alright, let's collect all this stuff. Make sure we didn't miss anything over here in the corner, maybe. Look at that. Okay, looks like we're golden. We got 5 off of that one. Let's see what we can get off the next one. That one. Look at that, we didn't even let him get down the ramp, but there's going to be a bunch of stuff so over here in this edge. Let's make sure we didn't lose anything up here. I don't see anything. Alright. Do one more wave. That ought to give us enough points to be able to get started. Look at that. Isn't that special? Now I have 20. That's real nice. Let's, did lose something off of here. A double jump, telling you. That stuff is crazy. Let's open up the tech tree. Alright, so we're going to want to do these. It's going to cost us 6. Okay. Next we're going to do energy storage, because we need that to get this unlocked. Scrap electrocution trap. That's new. That was not in the playtest. That is a trip. Alright. This is the scrap laser turret. A continuous wave laser mounted onto a scrap tripod base. How much is he? 6? Go over here, make sure we're not missing anything that we should be having. Scrap landmine. What's this about? Make sure electrocution trap made from scrap poles and capacitors, AoE damage. So it's an area of effect damage. I'm curious about how that works. It takes 20, we don't have those. This takes 6. Sorry, but we need to do this. That's going to open up this. I'm going to need that as well. The electromagnets are in a lot of the recipes that we're going to need to build. That's going to unlock the traps. Scrap mine is 6. We don't have enough for that. Weak explosives. Learn how to make it weak explosives using oxide and magnesium. This takes 24. This takes 6. Alright, so we're going to need to do some more waves. Before we do that, we're going to work on our mission, which is to go find a legacy bot. So I'm thinking those are going to be it's giving me a marker to go over there, but one never showed up when I did that before, so we're going to head over to this place. Pretty sure there are legacy bots over here in this area. First we need to find a way down. That's going to be way back here. And they drop the blue balls as well. We want those. Collect all the spine materials. Alright, so those are not considered legacy bots, obviously. How are we doing on inventory? So I'm not sure what a legacy bot is then. Now there's the dolomite that I was talking about. Magnesium. Which is why I used to travel way over here. Here comes some more of the bouncing betties. And some more of these guys. Alright, let's leave these guys behind. I don't care about these guys really. There are chests to be had here. I don't even care about none of them. And we're going to come back to this area later. Now I just want to find out where we can find a legacy bot. I don't know what this is. Stuck in the ground here. Let's run back to the base, towards the base. And see if maybe we can't get that legacy bot at the spot where the map is marked for us to do the quest at. It's like a dead end. I don't care. Let's go see if we can find out where that guy is. We're gonna run out of bullets. Keep this up. Where are we at? There's our base. Okay, I know where we are now. There's some poles. Got some boxes here. Pick that stuff up. Oh, some good loot here. Saying we don't have enough room. What is this? I'd rather have these. That's what it is, I guess. Anywho, this is where that legacy bot is supposed to be, is right here. He's not. Not anywhere to be seen. Unless I'm missing something. Like he's in a cave. Here comes those clouds. They're going to follow me right back to the base. So I thought, like, see, they'll just keep coming. I thought, like, alright, where is he at? I'm out of bullets. Trying to avoid going back to my base, but I'm gonna have to go back there so I can make some bullets. It'll take them some time to catch up. Oh, my inventory's full. Alright, so let's get rid of some of this stuff. I'm gonna make this quick because they're attacking the base. Alright, I heard him bust something over here. Right. Finished all them fools off. Do we have any walls left in our inventory? No, we don't. Did we make any walls? No, we didn't. And we don't have enough rock to do any. Nor do we have enough scrap. Let's go over here. Open up the recycler. Let's put the gun parts in. That's going to give us the most. Also put the computer in. And a couple of these. So take all. Alright. Over here. Let's take all that scrap. Let's put in here. Snacks. Take that scrap over here. Put it here. Alright. Let's move back over here. Let's put all this in here. That made 6, 9. That's just that one of these scrap supercapacitors made 9. We don't have any more showing up here, do we? I'm not seeing any more. Alright, so let's put... Need to go get some rock first. Yeah, can't locate the legacy bot wherever it may be. Eventually we probably would end up killing one in the waves, but I don't think it will give us credit for that. But the spot where the legacy bot is supposed to spawn is not happening. But there again, this is a alpha demo. Still very new. And I'm sure the devs will be working on that. Been pretty thorough about updates and whatnot. Build some walls. Now, as you can see, the attacks they were making on the far left side of my base over there, where these guys just came from, they were unable to break through this wall. Both walls, anyways, but they went through this outside section first. They tried to get inside and had to go through the first wall, and didn't successfully make it through the second because I had already made the bullets that I needed by then. Isn't that lovely? So let's go build that outside wall back up that we know helped us. There we go. Doing good. Oh, we're out of energy shells. So well. Yep. Kill more stuff. Alright, so let's move this out of here. I don't have enough rock either. How many of the... We have none. Try to do another wave, my friend. We got new ones this time, I think. New design, yeah. Gotta kill those dudes. These are about one thing. And they're still coming. There's a good chance we could run out of bullets. Oh, we got through the wave. Whew, there was a lot of them. What did we get? 16. Look at that. Right, so where are we? Need this for this. 25. Oof. That one's 20. It's 40. So yeah, we got a ways to go, my friend. Let's see. Let's go back. This one's still locked, but that's where we need to get the laser assault rifle. This thing is killer. Does heck of damage. Makes taking on these waves a lot easier. Oh, it's... wait. Additional drives needed to complete research. Yeah, see, this is locked still. It has a little off on it, so we're still on the scrap one. But anyhow, we got to do another wave eventually. We just need to get some scrap so we can make some bullets first. Do we have any? Let's see if we could strategically set these up to help us out. Look at this guy. Don't even know where he came from. Alright, so we want to go get scrap for those. Scrap pellets, or whatever they're called. Yep. There we go. So we're going to need a bunch of that, so we'll just grind all that up. Maybe we'll put some of these in here. So we can even get some more in the spring too. These two. Let's see how much we can put in these guys to load them up. Do we still have some? Yes, we do. We have 3 more. No idea whether this is going to work out well or not. Let's see. Let's go activate them. How many bullets we got? 608, we should be alright. $50 of them. Why aren't they firing? A lot easier to kill them. Look at that. Look at that. Take it. That'll work. That was real nice. Whoa, come back here, you little ball. There's another one. Some more down here. 17. Makes me want to go activate it again. Let's see what the ammo situation looks like. 298. Oh, shoot. Yeah. That'll work. Let's go activate another one. It worked out real nice. $70 in this one. That's real nice. Come on, is that all you got? Look at all that. Did you miss one somewhere? Oh yeah, they're down below. Somehow. Oh, they came from the other side. Gonna have to build some more for the other side. They came down the other ramp. Okay. So we need, this is a good number, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. How many do we have now? We have 30. Yeah. Ah. Did we miss any stuff anywhere? I don't see any more. That's good enough. All right. $690's ammo we have. Let's give it a shot. Shall we? Wave 8 on its way in. Coming down this way? Yes, we do. None that made it, though, it looks like. There's one that got away. Look at that. Completed a wave. They didn't, these ones over here really did their job. Look at all these dead bops. I'm liking it. Really liking it. Any stuff end up down here? Yes, it did. We haven't even done the other ramp yet. How does this look up there? Okay, so looks like nice. We're coming down this ramp, my friends. That's gonna be for the same thing over there. They can't get down it. Alright. Just check along this wall and make sure nothing fell. See nothing down there. In here. So we ended up with 26 this time. So we wanted to do this turret. .3D printer, assembler, yeah, so I think next we're going to try and do this. With completes, obviously we can access this stuff now. Blast furnace 3, oof. Start research. Additional drives needed. Cancel research. So we have to complete stuff over here before we can do that. But now we can make this. How many does that take? 24. What does this cost? 6. 6. Shotgun. Made from shotgun ammo. We can't make that. Does this thing cost 20? Electrocution scrap trap. Let's try that. Those look interesting. They weren't in the playtest, so we never had a chance to see how they work. Maybe we can set those up beyond the turrets so that if any get by, they come across that thing and get zapped. Alright. Let's go see what it takes to make that stuff. This video is running long today, I know, but I'm trying to get a feel for the game. And also give everybody else a feel for the game. Let's see. So these are usable. Okay. We're going to need to get those again. We've got plenty of those. We'll have to get some more of those. And scrap. And the turret takes one of these. Ever bought scrap gun? Okay, that's... Where do we find that at? Scrap part from a Paragon bot. Chance to find salvage wires when recycled. Alright, so we've got to find a paragon. But we'll have to figure out what those are. The base takes these here. Alright. This one requires these. We need these. The wires we can get from scrapping stuff. Alright. So, I think we're going to call it a day. We did pretty good, I think. We got a little bit of a base going here. Need more work on this thing. That's for sure. But all in all, I say we did pretty good for a first time. We made it through wave 8. So we have an idea of what we got to do. We just got to figure out about the Paragon bot thing. And once we do that, I think we'll be golden. This is Crazy with Crazy Gaming. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's free and easy. Hit the button and it helps me out. Also, hit the like button if you like the video. If you have any comments or suggestions, don't hesitate. And hit the bell. You'll get a notification the next time we do a video. Thanks for watching. This is Crazy. Take care. Bye now.